Hi friends, so this is our 5th lecture on Landscape of the Soul by Nathalie Truveroy. So far we have come up to the landscape story, then we have the second one, the dragon story, the fly story, and then the difference between Western and Eastern painting. That is, Western paintings are figurative, while Eastern paintings are conceptual. Especially we saw about inner and conceptual. So that is this. Up to this we have come. Now what we are going to do is think of these words now. These are very simple ones for you. Concept means idea. See, in philosophy there are many concepts, like God is a concept. Then we have got say in Plato you have got the duality of existence. That is a concept. Understand? Rationality is a concept in Aristotle. Then literally means the first meaning, you can say. See, when you have the whole of a needle, whole is the literal meaning. When you say eye of the needle, then that is the figurative meaning. Understand? Literal and figurative. Complementary means supporting each other. The behavior of the father and the mother in a house should be complementary. Then it will be like this. Otherwise, go like then fundamental means basic. Fundamental rights in the constitution, basic rights. Void means emptiness. Nature does not allow void anywhere. If nature finds void, then that will be filled by nature itself. That is a natural law. Suspension means break. Suspension of belief means a break. Understand? Here it is. Suspension of breath means a break. That's the meaning. Okay, so now we'll see. The concept is expressed as shan shui. What concept? We saw the Chinese painting is conceptual. So the concept is expressed as shan shui. But before that I would tell you something. Yesterday also I have brought this scroll painting with me. See, but yesterday what happened is that you probably might not have seen it. But today I have brought it once again. So scroll painting will be like this. In scroll painting, you can see there is a dimension of time. And you can also, according to your speed, pace, PSC, pace, you can open or close it. For example, you can open it like this. Then you are doing it very fast. Same thing you can do like this. Very slowly you can open. Like this. Horizontal painting. Then this modern painting, and so it's very difficult to understand. It's my own painting, okay? So that is, you can take your time like this. See? So a scroll painting, a painting on scroll has two advantages. One is the viewer can take his own time. Again, you can be fast or slow. And the second one is slowly. There is time for you. You see the first one. Then you think about it, then open further, then you say think about that, and further, and further, and further, and further. I think now it is clear what is meant by scroll painting and why scroll painting has got these two advantages. The viewer can take his own time, he can adjust to his speed, and secondly you can see that it is time. You can take your time, take your speed, and you can open it. Say, first you will see one figure, then next one, like that you can see. So that is the advantage of a scroll painting. Once again I will show you, see this one. It looks like this. Okay, is that clear to you? Now it is clear, right? Okay. So you see, the concept is expressed as shan shui. Literally means mountain water. Means the first meaning of that is that literally it means mountain water, shan shui, which used together represent the word landscape. Because in a landscape, what do you find? Find land and water. So mountain and water. More than two elements of an image, they represent two complementary poles. Means they support each other, fulfill each other. That is complementary poles representing the Taoist view of the universe. So this shan shui is, it represents the Taoist view of the universe, because there is some scope for meditation. That's why the landscape of Wu Daozi, you find space there, white space there. But in Western Beijing, everything is filled. There is no space, there is no scope for meditation. So the mountain is yang. That means reaching vertically towards heaven. The mountain is like this, vertically towards heaven. And then heaven, stable, it is very strong, warm and dry in the sun. So mountain receives the sunlight and it remains warm and dry, and it is very strong also. You cannot move it here and there. While water is in, horizontal, flowing like this, and resting on the earth. You can see there is no river which flows vertically. Is there any river that flows vertically? No. You might see a waterfall also like that. Otherwise, rivers don't flow vertically. So, but mountains are vertical. Then this is horizontal. And then what happens? Resting on the earth. Fluid. Fluid means water. Fluid, water. Moist, wet, and also cool. Water, all the qualities of water, properties of water you find. The other one is land. It is dry, it is strong, and also it is warm. Here it is resting on the earth, and the other one is going up. This is resting on the earth, and it is fluid, it is moist, and it is cool. The interaction of in the receptive feminine aspect of universal energy, and its counterpart yang, active masculine, is of course a fundamental concept of Taoism. In Taoism, they represent two ideas. One is very active, the other is passive and receiving, and they represented by a river, or you can say as a that is dry and is horizontal resting. It's a river, cool, moist, and it's fluid. The other one is very active, warm, dry, and stable. That is the mountain. So these two concepts, they are fundamental concepts in Taoism. What is often overlooked is an essential third element. See, for example, suppose you have like this. See, this is the you can say mountain, and then the river flows like this. River flows. This is a river. Then what happens is that in between you have that is what we have overlooked. Means we don't take much care about it. That's overlooking means. So what is often overlooked is an essential third element, the middle weights, where their interaction takes place. So two concepts. One is the mountain, the other is the river flowing. In between there is a space, and that space is where what happens is interaction takes place. And then it can be understood like this. See, my river is very close to the mountain, and the mountain is not very clearly seen. So I will draw the mountain once again. Mountain going up like this. See this. Vertical, strong. And the river, let's say it comes from here, flows like this. See that? So this is the river. Now I think it is clear. River is flowing like this. It flows. And then this is the mountain. In between there is a space. Is that clear? The space is clear now. Now it is, yeah? Yes. So that space is interaction takes place. And another is, there is again space here. This is the sky. So here also you have got the space. In that space, interaction takes place. Interaction there means you start thinking. You see the mountain, you see the river. Then you see the space in between. And therefore you think, you start thinking, meditating. What is it all about? So, this can be compared to, he says, this can be compared with the yoga practice of pranayama. You know pranayama? But inhale, then hold for 1 or 2 seconds. Exhale. That holding time, nothing happens, no? 1 second I will show you. So you don't open your eyes and do pranayama, but you close. Then you inhale. Suspension of breath. Suspension of breath. You don't breathe. And then exhale. Now within that space, there is suspension of breath. You create a void, an empty space. Within that empty space, you start meditating. What do you meditate on? The Almighty. The Tao or the Tao. Tao is the way and Tao is the method and the way. Together you can say, I am the way, I am the light, I am the life. Who is the life? God. So what do you do? A person who is doing pranayama, he meditates on the Almighty, God, universe. And then he forgets about this. If you do it for a long period of time, you will really forget. Understand that? Vipassana, have you practiced Vipassana? Your mind will become empty. That is Vipassana means. And then automatically what will happen? That void, into that void will come these thoughts about God, spirituality, life, mysteries of universe and so on. So this is what happens in a Chinese painting. In Chinese painting you will find different places voids. Now that's for what, That's for you to meditate on the Almighty, mysterious things of this world, mysteries of this universe. Then ultimately what happens is, you will understand this universe is Maya. You enter a cave. Other people who don't have that much of consciousness cannot enter, like the emperor. He is more concerned about territory, his territory that he has conquered. So he cannot enter. But the painter enters and he disappears. Disappears means he leaves behind this trash painting and also this universe. Ultimate Maya. Understand? That's the thing. That's the point that you should keep in your mind. This can be compared with the yoga practice of pranayama. Breathe in, retain, breathe out. Inhale, suspension, exhale. Breathe out. The suspension of breath in the void, the breath, then it creates a void where meditation occurs. If your mind is in a railway station, you cannot meditate. Some people say it is possible. I took the example of a railway station because if you have gone to a railway station, you know how busy people are. Moving from one platform to another, one train comes, another starts, then there is announcement. In such a situation, it's practically not possible, but there are some people who can do it. I have seen students preparing for exam in railway station. If you have got that much concentration, of course you can do it, no doubt about that, absolutely no problem. But otherwise, you have to have a suspension of breath or some empty space. That's why people have built churches and temples and mosques and so on. You go and sit quiet, a place where you can think about the Almighty. Yes, the middle void is essential. Nothing can happen without it. Unless you empty your mind, the other things will not come in. Spirituality will not enter. Thoughts about God will not enter. Because you are so immersed in this worldly matters. See, you are getting and spending as Wordsworth said, no time to stand and stare. That's the thing. No time to stand and stare. World is busy with getting and spending. Then how can you think about God? It's not possible. So, the middle void is essential. Nothing can happen without it. Hence, the importance of the white, unpainted space in the Chinese landscape. You got the point. But the Western landscape painting, you can see this realism. Everything is there. No space left out. See that whatever here on the other hand you will find plenty of space left without painting. White. This is symbolic. Symbolic of the mind. How your mind works. When you think, and he gives examples of this mountain and water. Mountain is here, water is here. River is here. In between there is space. Mountain is here, sky is here. In between there is space. So you can think about God, spirituality. We'll get it. So this is what is meant by saying the Chinese painting is inner, it is conceptual. It tells you what you see is only a means to an end. But the Western painting is not like that. It is an end in itself. That's the difference. Hope that you have followed me. And also you enjoyed my scroll and the painting and all those things. Okay, bye. So before we leave, we have some anti-corona matter. We have got mask prevents the killer, distance prevents the killer, cleanliness prevents the killer, healthy life prevents the killer. Prevention is better than cure. This is a very old wise saying, isn't it? So bye, have a nice time, enjoy your life. Till we meet again, bye.